Hey guys, welcome back to Read With Me LG. I'm here with another great book for you. So hopefully you're here joining us for maybe the first time or second time. And we hope you find these books fun and entertaining. So today I have a really good one for you. I have The Berenstain Bears and Too Much Junk Food. So for those of you who are familiar with Berenstain Bears, you already know. They're great. They're lovely. They have a lot of different moral lessons and fun stories throughout them. But this is one of my ultimate favorites. And a couple things I want to point out. One, yes, I know. It's a very well-loved version. And at some point, this poor cover was folded in half. So I'm here to remind you that a book does not have to be perfect and shiny and brand new to be loved and enjoyed. So this was thrifted, so that's why it's like this. I actually bought a whole stash of Berenstain Bears books all at once. So for those of you not familiar, Berenstain Bears, they're a series of books, and they're all written by Stan and Jan Berenstain. So they gave the Bear family their same last name. The subtitle is And Too Much Junk Food. So that's the kind of title of this book, but it's part of the Berenstain Bears series. So I'm going to refer to it as a subtitle. But the author for all of them is Stan and Jan Berenstain. And I think maybe there might be some that have like a different family member who's the author later on. But if we get to one of those, we'll cross that bridge. But for those of you who don't know, so there's a whole series and they all have different themes. So there's ones like Visit the Dentist and Too Much Birthday and all kinds of things. So you'll see throughout the series that we will get to some of those. But for today, this is our book, okay? And this is probably my favorite of all the Berenstain Bears. So I hope you like it too. Alrighty. So the Berenstain Bears and Too Much Junk Food. Healthy food is good for brother, sis, and dad. How can mom make them stop eating food that is bad? So this is the super cute junk food title page. I always love this. When I was younger, I really loved it. Each one is made of different kind of candy and sweet treats. And the authors, like we already said, Stan and Jan Berenstain. Bear Country, where the Bear family lived in the big treehouse down a sunny dirt road, was a happy place and a healthy place. There were lots of cozy nooks and comfortable trees for the Bear Country folk to live in. The weather was good most of the time, and best of all, there was plenty of good, healthy food. Worms and seeds for the birds, nuts and acorns for the squirrels, grass and dandelions for the rabbits, more than enough flies for the frogs, and plenty of good, nourishing food for the bears. Honey, of course, but more important, lots of fruits, vegetables, milk, fish, and fowl. So there's Mama Bear and Papa Bear. This is their treehouse. And you can see all the little happy animals there eating. The trouble was that certain bears had gotten into the habit of eating not so healthy foods and then watching TV. And at the movies and at the mall. In fact, it began to seem to Mama Bear that any time was snack time. So there's Mama Bear, and she's noticing that Brother and Sister Bear are always eating junk food. And look, gumball machines. At first she hadn't paid much attention, but then one day when the cubs were raiding the pantry, Mama noticed something. The cubs were getting a little chubby. She took a closer look just to be sure. Yes, they were chubbier from the side. They were chubbier from the front and from the back. Well, there was no question about it. Brother and sister were going to have to stop eating all of that junk food. So this is them, and there's healthy options, but the point is they're picking maybe the not so healthy options is what Mama Bear is worried about. It's not just about the size, right? Nope. It's about the fact that they're eating unhealthy food. But Mama, they protested, we're growing bears and we need those snacks. You're growing all right, said Mama. The trouble is you're growing from side to side as much as you are up and down. Some cubs get into bad habits, and you've gotten into the habit of eating all together too many sweets and goodies. We're going to have to get back to healthy, nourishing food. She gathered up all of the goodies in one big load. Mama, cried Sister Bear, what are you doing? You're not going to throw them away, cried Brother. No, we're going to put them in the freezer and forget about them, she said, and there's no use arguing. So here's Mama Bear. And she just snatched away the goodies and treats from them. And here she is, putting them where they can't reach them, on the freezer and the cabinet. That's right, agreed Papa, coming in from his shop. There's no use arguing with your mother when she's made up her mind. Then, looking at the refrigerator, he said, "Oh dear, we're out of Sweetsy Cola. Let's be sure to get some the next time we're at the supermarket. Our Sweetsy Cola days are over," said Mama, as she pushed all the goodies into the freezer and 2 packages fell on the floor. "Say," shouted Papa, "what are you doing with my sugar balls and chew chums?" "They're going into the freezer, and we're going to forget about them," said Brother. "We're going to have to eat healthy, nourishing food instead." "Just a minute," said Papa, as he leaned over to pick up his precious goodies. That's when there was a loud rip. Papa's snack habits had caught up with him, too. He had split the seat of his overalls wide open. So his pants split. Uh-oh. So this is Papa. He was, upset because he saw Mama Bear was picking up the goodies and putting them away, and told him no more Sweetsy Cola. So there's Papa. That's when he bent over and his pants went rip. "What sort of healthy, nourishing food?" Papa asked Mama as she sewed up his overalls. "Vegetables right out of the garden, of course, and fruit from our orchard." "And what are we supposed to drink?" asked Papa. "Try this," she said. "It's called water." The next day, the Bear family went to the supermarket to buy some sensible food for the pantry. Mama pushed right past the sweets and goodies and stocked up on whole grain bread and cereal and fresh milk and cheese. Then she chose some fine-looking oranges and bananas, 2 fruits that didn't grow in her orchard. So there's Mama sewing up the pants. And this is her offering him water to drink instead of Sweetsy Cola. And this is them at the grocery store. So they're walking in, they're shopping. How do their faces look to you? To me, they look curious, but a little concerned about what they're getting into, what Mama's getting them into. This is them really wanting those sweet things, but they're walking by. You can see Papa licking his lips. And then there is Mama Bear getting the oranges and bananas because she doesn't grow those. While she was waiting in the checkout line, someone said, "I'm glad to see that cartload of nutritious food, Mama Bear." It was Dr. Grizzly, the bear's family doctor. "You must believe in good food for a healthy body." "I certainly do," said Mama, "but I'm not sure about the rest of my family." Dr. Grizzly took a look at Papa and the cubs. She said, "I see what you mean. They look like they could use a little professional advice. Stop by the office tomorrow, please." The cubs were nervous when they all arrived at the doctor's office the next day. "Do you think she'll give us some sort of shot?" they wanted to know. "I don't think so," said Mama. But with Dr. Grizzly, you never knew. So this is them trying to look at the sweet things, right? And then there's Dr. Grizzly talking to Mama Bear and saying, "Stop by the office tomorrow." She's going to check them out, right? And there they are. The kids look a little apprehensive or nervous. They're concerned about what's going to happen at the doctor's office that they're walking into. "Step in here, please," said Dr. Grizzly. "Oh, boy, movies," said the cubs when they saw a projector and screen. "Not exactly," said the doctor as she turned off the lights. "We're going to have a little slideshow." "About what?" asked the cubs. "You'll see," she said, and started the show. "This is what your body looks like from the outside. And this," she said, changing the slide, "is what it looks like from the inside." "Wow," said the cubs. So this is Dr. Grizzly letting them in. The kids get excited because they see the screen and they think it's going to be a movie, and kind of is, right? It's a projector, so it might be just like pictures, but Good Food for Healthy Bodies is what it's titled. And then we have, this is what the body looks like from the outside, and this is the inside with all the organs. So she's showing them that it's not just what's on the outside, right? We got to look at the inside too. Our bodies are a marvelous system of parts called organs, and it's these parts working together that let us do wonderful things we can do. Climb mountains, sing songs, hit home runs, ride bikes. It's a number of systems, really. A system of nerves that let us feel and think. A system that keeps the blood flowing through our body. A system of muscles and bones that lets us move and gives us strength. and a system for food that lets us take in the nourishment that gives us energy and keeps us healthy and all our systems healthy. So this is them still watching the show. Here's the system of nerves. So that's what allows us to feel and think. The system of blood. So that's the heart and all of the veins and arteries that pump our blood throughout the body. And then we have muscles and skeletons, which are connected and help us move. And then we have our digestive tract. It keeps us fed, right? The last slide showed different types of foods and told how they help the body. Papa looked for sugar balls and choco chums, but they were nowhere to be seen. Now, said Dr. Grizzly, turning on the lights, I'll do my best to keep you healthy if you'll promise to do your part by eating the right foods. We promise, said Brother, but Sister had a question. About sweets and goodies, what harm do they do? Most of them, answered the doctor, aren't very nourishing. Instead of helping build and strengthen our bodies, they just pile up as extra fat, like this. And she took a pinch of Papa's waist and got quite a handful. Ouch, said Papa. And even worse, they fill you up so you're not hungry for the food your body really needs. So this is like the nutritious food she was showing them. So we have meats and dairies and fruits and vegetables and whole grains down here. And then we have her pinching Papa Bear's fat. That wasn't very nice. And talking to the kids right there. And as the bears were leaving, just a minute, she shouted. Uh-oh, a shot, thought the cubs. But that wasn't it at all. Exercise, called the doctor. An exercise program is important for good health too, and it will work off those extra inches. Well, said Brother, there's no time like right now. Let's jog home. And off went the cubs and Papa puffing behind. That was the doctor reminding them that moving their bodies is good too. So there they are, racing home. At first, it was a little strange, eating just good, healthy food. For a while, they could almost taste the sugar balls and choco chums they weren't smacking on. But Mama was always ready with healthy goodies. Apple slices for TV, nuts and raisins for the movies, frozen yogurt at the mall, and crispy, crunchy carrot sticks just about any time. They're dreaming of the sweet treats, but they're getting used to eating more normal, nutritious meals and snacking on healthy snacks. The bears started a family program of jogging and exercise. So when the Bear Country 3-mile run was announced, they were all slimmed down and ready. Though they didn't win, they didn't come in last either, not even Papa. And they won a prize for being the only family to finish the whole race. They were all excited and proud, especially Papa. So this is them on their family run. And I know what, he said. Let's celebrate by opening up the freezer and have a carrot stick, interrupted Brother. And some nuts and raisins, added Sister. And Papa did. So this is them getting home. And Papa was about to say eat a sweet treat, but the kids said, no, let's eat the good stuff. And that is what they did. That was the Berenstain Bears and Too Much Junk Food. I hope you love it as much as I do. Do I think it's perfect? No, because I don't think that every inch of fat is a problem, and I don't think that having a sweet treat occasionally is a problem, but it is important to eat healthy foods that nourish and fuel our body and create extra movement so that we can keep our body strong and fit and healthy. So, hope you guys enjoyed that one, and see you next time.